Men out here that want to go 50-50 with women, but all the men out here that don't even know how to properly wash their ass.
I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke. Yeah.
Stay away from me.
Hey, what's up, Kings? Today I wanted to talk about and settle a debate about 50-50. Because I think it depends on the woman and it depends on a number of factors, because there's no one answer. Yes, always go 50-50 or provide for her and 100-0 or some other proportion. Let's get right to it and let's listen to what Miss Fashionably Divorced has to say.
We need to talk about going 50-50 in the dating phase. So, I mean, when you guys are not sharing living expenses, you know, you're dating, you live in your place, he lives in his, but you spend a lot of time together. You go on dates, spend weekends together, activities, things like that. Ladies, I will make it really easy for you. No. Just no.
I like how she makes it point blank, right? I mean, I would normally agree with the idea that you should be paying for dates. But think about it this way. We live in the modern context, modern Western society. I beat the drums all the time about going overseas to meet women. My first date with my wife was a dinner date. But first of all, it was in her country. Dinner is very cheap, relatively speaking. And second of all, I could tell that she was a traditional woman, a low body count traditional woman. This woman, she's a non-monogamous cougar. She doesn't say it that way, but she does say she dabbles in non-monogamy. Let me ask you a question. If you were to date somebody who is modern and Western, would you provide for this woman? I think most of you would say the answer is no. And I sure as hell wouldn't. So I don't know. I just don't get, I think, modern context, what women are expecting. They're expecting that Schrodinger's feminist, where equality, equality this, equality that, but provide for me. Yeah, there's a saying, rights of a man, privilege of a woman, accountability of a child. I mean, that sums it up for like the modern Western woman. I mean, if that's what you want, have at it. And 50-50 kind of depends on the context too. So maybe I'd be okay providing if it's a coffee date, right? But then we'll probably have another video about coffee dates and her, and I'll probably bring that up sometime. I'll have to look for it. I bet you she's against coffee dates. So she basically wants to like corner you in to like a dinner date or like a bunch of cocktails, you know, something that's going to run you an investment that's going to run you $100 or close to it. No. So let's turn around. Let's see what she says. No. Just no. Anyway, let's continue.
When you're spending a lot of time together, I do think it is gracious and courteous to pick up the bill some of the time, or show him
starting to
you
make
care
sense a
with
little bit.
things like a home cooked meal, something like that. Just be a mensch, right? If you are headed to his place and he's, you know, making dinner, he got dinner, ask if you can pick something up along the way and pay for it. And if he wants to pay you back, don't let him. Things like that. And if you're picking something up, let me be clear. If you pick up a bill, you pick up the whole bill, right? None of that Venmo shit. Venmo is for roommates and coworkers. Now, if he is asking you to go on vacation with him, well, he's asking you to go on vacation with him because you must find pleasure in your company, right? He pays. And if he is asking you to pay, insisting you should pay, then ma'am, you go right ahead and you pay and you go on that vacation without him. And then you take your fine, sexy self to the hotel bar and you let someone else buy you dinner. Maybe you even send that dusty man a picture.
Oh, that's so cute. So you pay for vacation. All right. You invited her on a vacation, for example. I get what she's saying in theory. But when I was dating my wife before I brought her into the US, we used to have to meet on vacation. We would meet in Cancun, or we meet in Panama, or we meet in I go back to Peru to visit her, to meet her family. Whenever we met, she would always pay for her own plane ticket to get there. And this is a traditional woman. So, yes, I paid for most of the hotel. I paid for all of the meals. Again, it's cheaper where we're staying at most of the time. But it wasn't 100-0. And this is a modern Western woman trying to convince women that they should have 100% treatment. Truly traditional treatment for a modern woman. So this is, unfortunately, this is something that a lot of these TikTokers are trying to normalize in the feminist crowd. You know, like this, or whatever, what do you call it? The the female empowerment crowd. You know, you go ahead and you rack up your high body counts, but make sure he pays for the dinner and make sure he pays for the vacation, because you're just a woman after all. You're just a woman. You're a woman that makes as much or more than him in many cases because of DEI hiring, but you're just a woman, so he pays. The math isn't math, and sorry, it's just not. I get there was a couple little positive things. She was almost there with some of the, pick up the bills sometimes and bring food over and other things like that. She almost had me there for a moment, but then she started like getting back into the bullshit territory with like he pays for the vacation just because he invited you. I mean, I understand that it doesn't have to be like exactly 50-50, but I don't get this. Just don't date modern women. Go overseas, get your damn passport, go overseas, circumvent these women. Have fun with them in your 20s or your 30s. You're ready to settle down. Stay far away from them. Or just keep them in situationships or hookups or something. Just keep them away from relationships. Have nothing meaningful with them. And that's all I got to say about that. Hey, listen, everyone, just if you want to hear a lot more on what I have to say and these different tips and just kind of my commentary, make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I like to think that I provide more than some of the other, like these black pill, red pill podcasts do. They just talk about how bad women are and everything, and they don't offer solutions. I like to think that I offer some alternatives or some way to address the problem rather than just bitching about like the modern women, because that's part of it. Yeah, that's part of my shtick. But I like to think that I include some commentary in order to, solutioning, on the problem. Anyway, that's about it. Let me know what you think. Take care, Kings.